To make one of these a
So,
year.
all rise for the national anthem. We'll call the meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
nation under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
all here.
You're gonna need that.
Well, can somebody want to make a motion to approve our agenda?
Motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to approve the agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Somebody want to make a motion to approve the board minutes from February 17th?
I've read them. I think they look good, so I'll make the motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to approve the minutes from February 17th. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Public comment. Anybody here would like to make a public comment? Come on up, John.
John Beckman, Houston Township. I am representing the Houston Township Officers Association. And we had a meeting last night, and we, of course, talked about your upcoming agenda for today. And we see that you're gonna talk about the 2 per quarter section. And we mean no disrespect to any commissioners, but as far as we voted unanimously, we think that the 1 per quarter is good. The benefits will be far outweighed by the negatives if that's changed. And we respectfully urge the board to keep things the status quo. Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, moving on. 2 appointments. We got to review cash and investments through December 31st. Polly?
I'm just trying to figure out what's all here. Well, organize yourself.
Kind of a hot mess this morning.
Hot mess. This is how you.
Okay, good morning, Commissioners. I'd like to do a quick overview on our cash and investments. So there's a 2-page report in front of you. Page 1 shows basically our CDs and bonds. Again, this is through the end of the year. If you look up in the upper left-hand corner in yellow, it says total investments. That number being $10,637,207.86. So as of December 31st, again, just in bonds and CDs, that's what the balance was. Below kind of breaks down each account with the amount and the rate to give you an idea of how many are really involved with that number. It's broken down into maturity categories by years, goes on the back side as well. So again, some facts pertaining to that report is we currently have 54 investment accounts. On average, those 54 accounts earn like 3.87% is the average. Average of per investment is a bit short of $200,000 each. Of those 54 accounts, they're spread between 3 brokers and 2 local banks. We also have our checking and some money market savings accounts that totaled a little over $4,200,000 as of December 31st as well. Those are actually combined on your second report, which is a combination of CDs, checking, and savings. So it kind of gives you a 5-year comparison by quarter to just show you how things actually have been pretty darn consistent. Interest income in 2025 on the checking account and CDs and bonds came in at $540,000. We were able to lock into some better rates in 2024 and early 25, which definitely will be helping out the next couple of years. I anticipate the 2026 interest income to be somewhat comparable to 25's. We have a pretty good mix of the short-term, medium-term, and long-term investments, so it's good to know if the rates do go down a bit more or even stay level. We still have a pretty good idea where we stand based on what we do have locked in. Again, with this second page, which is the numbers from our daily cash book, just kind of wanted to explain how these come together. Each day in the treasurer's office, there is a daily cash book, we call it. And we do list every single account, account number, issue date, maturity date, rate, and the list just keeps going on, along with our checking and savings accounts at the bottom and on the back. So, again, it's watched very closely, and when it comes to the end of the year, we've just taken the snapshot to create this in a condensed version for you. So, again, every 6 months is when we come to the board to just share this same report each time. So, don't know if I've missed anything, but does anybody have any questions?
I'm good.
So there's a few, like Wells Fargo.
At the 1%?
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are, after first of the year, those have been redeemed. So the Wells Fargo ones, when we come back in June, will not be on this list anymore.
All right. That'll turn to liquid then? Is that what you're saying?
It did, yep,
So
it
we got
did.
269 liquid?
At this, as of December 31st, yep.
Is that sufficient?
It's not,
It should be
not
more.
necessary, it should be more.
Actually, we're gonna be, we'll have another one here, another 2.
Yeah, yep.
But right now, if you're saying right this minute, yes.
So January is a very hard month, tricky month, whatever you want to say. Lots of expenses, not a whole lot of income, so.
Year-end stuff, and yeah.
So as we build up, it will definitely go back in that liquid account, most definitely.
So just to clarify, that 540,000 was just the interest from our checking?
No, that's CDs,
That's CDs,
bonds,
everything?
it's
Okay.
everything, yep,
So what
for
do
county revenue.
what do we get for checking the merchants?
The rate, you mean?
Yeah.
That runs.
That's
rough-
not in here, right? I mean,
No, that's not listed on your investment sheet, no. That was at 3.2% as of, no, that was Raymond James, let me just see here. I want to say it was 2 point something for
Okay.
merchants, 2.05 as of December 31st was checking, our main checking.
Percent.
so this might be a Carol question, but is that 540,000 ever figured in? Do we figure in our interest when we set our levies, or do we? Okay. All right.
Any more questions? Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to the consent agenda. We got one item on there.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to approve it. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Good to go. Action items. Number 1, consider accepting a 2026 Community Clinic Grant Agreement with the Minnesota Department of Health in the amount of $13,873 authorizing public health supervisor, CHS administrator to sign the grant agreement. Jordan.
This is the dental grant that I mentioned a few weeks ago to continue our dental clinic, the traveling one that comes down 1 to 2 times a month. I put CHS administrator because it came through Minnesota Department of Health, so it comes to CHB through our grant agreement, but it's just specifically for Houston County, so I wanted you to be aware of that. But Fillmore does not get access to this one, it's just Houston County.
Just our own.
That's our dental.
It's just our, yep, so.
Motion to
I wrote it that
approve.
way.
Okay, got a motion? Is there a second?
And I will just say too that Bree wrote this one and did a lot of work on that. Somebody saw her earlier, but she had to leave, so I want to just shout her out to that one. She did a lot of work
Right.
on this grant, so.
Thank you, Bree.
Absolutely.
So did you get a second on that?
A second.
Okay, we got a motion first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That one carries.
Kurt's in a hurry today.
What was that?
No, I just think free money is free money.
That's not free, but whatever.
Debating is on free money.
Okay, number 2.
I won't say nothing.
Consider accepting a garden in a box program from the Minnesota State Historical Society and authorizing public health supervisors to accept the application. Jordan.
This was written by our community health worker, Sue. This would allow us to plant some raised beds at our public health center, or put raised beds at our public health center so that we could have gardens that we would share the produce that comes from those with our WIC offices. Some of the, my gosh, what are they called, drawing a blank? Food shelves, the produce that comes from those. We get 3 with this program, and then maybe with the opportunity to apply for more in the future. So we're excited about that opportunity. They'd be kept up by a community health worker, and then maybe some volunteers with some of the WIC families that come in if they would like to do some gardening work, or some others that we have that come into the building, so. Do you have Brian's approval to put them around the building? They're not big, 3 by 3. So all the supplies come from the program. They'll be delivered in May, and then they get to be on site.
So the Historical Society does this?
The Minnesota, yes, Historical Society.
Really?
It's through the program system.
Sufficient programs?
Yes, yep.
I think that's cool.
Is that, that's new then? Or-
This is, the Garden in a Box program's been around for a while. It's not like our Houston's Historical Society.
No, it's the state.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. So our community health worker found it and went and applied for it, and we were accepted, so we're excited about it. We only applied for 3 to see how it goes, and then in the future, if it goes well, we'll maybe ask for some more, but.
Good gardener.
We've got some master gardeners in our
The honey man?
office, so,
It just
We're
reminder,
pretty well.
don't haul the dirt after it rained.
yeah,
Somebody
we will
once-
not be doing that.
Somebody once told me that, that's a bad idea.
No, I will
Was it
not do
heavy?
that.
I don't know, ask her.
It's horrible.
Oh, you got the extension office right next door there.
do have
so
the extension office
You
too,
need
so-
any advice on something, you got some
Yep,
disease, they'll help you out.
yeah, so we're excited about it, and they'll be right there on, so, yeah, they get the seeds and everything come from this program.
Somebody want to make a motion to accept that application?
I'll make a motion to approve the Garden in a Box program.
I'll second that.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries.
Perfect, thank you very much.
Consider approving the purchase of a skid loader from RDO Equipment for the John Deere 324G. Brian and Beef, how are you guys doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Yeah, so this item was tabled last week. After the meeting, we went back to both RDO and Midwest. And so Midwest, their quote initially had a trade-in for our current unit, so we took that trade-in value, got a new quote, and then the other reason why we went back to RDO is because RDO's quote, we were doing an apples-to-apples comparison, even though some of the components were slightly different, but we knew what the dollar values were, so we were able to look at it that way. But we got an updated quote from RDO that has identical features to their options to the Midwest quotes. So, Midwest Machinery quote came in at 64,000, RDO equipment, $59,437.20. So the recommendation today is to go with, the low quote from RDO equipment.
Makes sense.
How much was that?
59.
$59,437.20.
So just to clarify, I might have heard you wrong, but it was Midwest that we were doing a trade.
Midwest offered $8,000 to trade in the
RDO's
current
quote
unit.
was, in the beginning, was straight out, right?
Yep, RDO is not interested in the trade at this time.
So you're gonna put the trade in on, or the old skid steer on mid-bid?
Put it on min bid, yeah. Yeah, so when we start looking at the value, Midwest will give us 8,000, we're saving, a little over $4,500 by going with RDO equipment, so as long as we get.
Midwest was 64 cash
Correct,
without a trade-in.
without the trade, yes.
So that's what we were asking for last time is what would be their cash out value? So it's still $4,500.
Basically the same thing, yeah.
Yeah,
went down $700.
no, RDO's the way to go. I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the skid loader 324G through RDO for 59 and some change.
Okay, we got a motion. There's a second. I'll second.
I gotta,
Any discussion?
so we got a trailer to haul this, right?
Yes.
So you're not gonna come back wanting a trailer next year or whatever?
No.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
are we, is that
Waiting for
recorder
Jordan to
running
say
there,
no,
or
but
what?
since he didn't say it,
Yeah.
we got 5 pups sitting in the lower yard. I could get a trailer out of them.
Okay,
I mean, you're gonna need a trailer to haul it around, so I mean, you got one.
Eventually. I mean, I've got 2 skid loader trailers now.
Okay,
We'll make do right now, but
and this comes with a bucket?
ready to roll. Okay. Anybody, any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Carol, consider and reviewing your payments.
It's January.
So that's the gas tax disbursements for the townships?
Anything else?
Public health. What's that? Was that 86,000? What's that? Oh, okay. All right. Make a motion, we approve payments.
Second.
Okay, got a motion. A second to approve the payments. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right, I guess the next one is, I'd like to talk about the quarter rule. And, I've had a lot of people approaching me that wanna build houses next to their parents in their farmyards, help take care of their parents. But they can't because of the 1/40. Then they would like to have that changed so they could move, and we have, building sites sitting around the country that are falling down buildings with no houses. They could be built on if we change the quarter. I mean, they're on the same quarter as another building site, you can't build on them sites. I mean, I don't wanna take up any farmland or I don't want the 40 acres. I don't think anybody should be able to buy 40 acres and build a house. I think that ain't even a good rule to have in there, because you wanna preserve our ag land, you sure don't want people building houses on a 40. And I wanna try to work this out so we can have people come here and build a house next to their parents or on these abandoned farm sites. So we can generate some more income through the taxes. I mean, it's okay for us to live in Houston County, but we don't want nobody else to come here and live? I mean,
But, go ahead.
I don't wanna take up any farmland or anything like that. I just wanna make it a little more convenient so people can come back here and live, take care of their parents.
This is listed under discussion item, not an action item.
Yep.
So I guess, what are you looking for?
I'd like to get, permission from the board to move forward to look into this to see how we can work this out without taking up ag land.
So look into a process,
Yeah.
not coming up with a conclusion.
Yeah, we won't get a conclusion. We gotta go through the process, and I wanna talk to a lot of townships. I got a lot of townships in my area that want 2/40, and there's some others that don't. So I wanna do a good thorough discussion and look at this so we can maybe make some arrangements so people can come back here and live.
I guess I agree that we don't want to lose any of our farmland. But what sticks out in my mind is when Ben Weiser was trying to rebuild a house that was tore down, that had a trailer house, then a trailer house was removed, and it made sense to build this house right next to a pasture and not in the middle of a farmland. And the way that the 40/40 rule was, we had another house on the hillside that was in that quarter section, and Ben could have built the house right in the middle of where Moldenhauer plants his corn, but he didn't want to do that. And he had to go through meetings and hoops, and it was against our comp plan.
Yeah, but he ended up making
He
that.
ended up making it.
He ended
But
up making
again-
it work because he got,
But
his brother, when he built his place, that should have been residential. Then Ben could have had his spot.
right, so again,
And all they did was turn that to residential for Jason, and Ben was able to utilize that. So there are ways to make this work.
but shouldn't it
Anything with,
Shouldn't it be cut and dried and a little easier? And that's where I agree that
it-
we should have some discussion on it to at least look at these processes a little bit better and see if there's an area that would make it more beneficial for our people in our county.
but my thing is that we need to have this uniform for the whole county. We can't be making exceptions just for,
Exactly. And
Families
that's
for-
why I believe that we should have discussion on it, so we're not put in that exact example that I gave.
Right.
So I like the idea of a discussion on it. I would like to see the township association come. It would have been nice if we would have got a little more notice on your meeting last night as your two delegates. 2.5 hour notice to come to a meeting isn't enough, and we need to look at that a little bit. So we can, bring that stuff to our board. That's why we're on that committee.
We're not trying to take up your farmland. We're trying to make people can come back here. I mean,
but the idea isn't all just about farmland. We're talking about density in the county.
Exactly.
And it's laid out in the land use plan about the density concerns, and we got emails about density. Do we want houses dotted up all over in Houston County?
how's that gonna happen when nobody will sell you the land?
And I'm gonna interject, that sounds like the reason why we have to have some discussion on it. We're not coming up with a conclusion here today.
But the discussion today is whether to move forward to do an action to to have the zoning office look into it, to do the study of it. Is that what I'm getting here?
All I'm seeing listed is what's read here, discussion regarding the quarter section rule in Houston County.
Yeah, and just kind of some context, when Greg came to me about it wanting to have kind of an action item or wanted us to look into it, and I told Greg, I said, in order for us to do that, we need an action by the board, right? Some simple majority from the board to look into this, start the process of looking into this. And then with that, putting it on the agenda as a discussion, kind of having a discussion between the Board of Commissioners just to see if that there is even a willingness or a want by the commission to even have it as an action item to move forward. And so that's kind of where we got to this point.
But we don't have a full board today, so we don't have,
Well, we're making a decision on the quarter, correct?
Yeah, we're,
It's just to look at some of
yeah,
the
yeah,
problems.
there's,
We're not making no decisions.
yeah, so basically, if there's a consensus from the board, either, majority, then it would go to an action item, and then you'd need
Well,
that.
it's not a
majority.
votable thing, it's a discussion.
Yeah.
But the action item is to have the zoning office look into
To move forward.
changing the quarter rule.
Yeah, we have to do an action item for that.
That's what I'm hearing you want to do, is change the quarter to 2 per quarter.
Down the road, once we get it all discussed and done it right, so we don't screw this up.
Well, we've heard plenty of emails here. We heard from the township associations that they want to keep it the same. And we had 26 new houses put up last year. Handful of those were rebuilds, but vast majority were new houses. We just had 4 new ones come through here recently. We got 2 Thursday night that we're gonna consider. So there is still places for people to build. We haven't run out of places to build.
No, I mean, unless people don't sell you the land, there ain't gonna be, I mean, you gotta buy the land, and I don't know how you can afford to buy 40 acres and then build a house on
But you
it.
don't have to buy 40 acres, Greg. You just gotta buy a chunk that's got an open quarter if you're looking for a building site. You can buy 10 acres. You don't have to buy a whole 40.
Well, then,
You gotta get a conditional use permit to do that, but you don't have, if you wanna buy a whole 40, then you don't have to get a conditional use permit, you can just get a permit directly from the zoning
so
office.
you could buy 15 acres of prime ag land and build on it.
Nope. If you wanna build on prime farmland land, you gotta have 40 acres.
Yeah, so that's what I'm telling you. So if somebody buys 40 acres, they can build on prime farmland.
If you buy 40 acres and there's prime farmland that, no matter what the acreage is, most likely they're gonna build on a part of it that's not farmland. Or if they do, that's allowed under our rules. And the house isn't gonna take up a vast majority of that acreage. It's only gonna be an acre, house in 1 acre. But it's for discussion today whether we wanna proceed forward with an action item. And I think if we're gonna do that, we need to have Cindy here to have her input, whether to do that or not. So we could continue the discussion.
Well, I want to continue with the discussion. That's what I want to do. I don't want to just leave it hang here because we were waiting for Cindy. I mean, we can have a consensus here today if we want to move forward. I mean,
I've had an opportunity to think a lot about this. We have a solar issue that isn't put to bed. We have a shotgun rifle issue that's not put to bed. We now have a 760 plus line issue. To the people that come out of my district in Caledonia Township, these are a lot more pressing things that need to be handled before we discuss changing a quarter rule. And to leave stuff hang or put it in a moratorium, I think is wrong. And so therefore, let's fix or finish what we started before we start another large topic. And that's where I stand.
What's your feeling, Bob?
I liked what those guys brought out, that it was a topic of discussion. Yeah, obviously it's a topic of discussion with you, and I've heard both sides. I've heard people that want discussion. I think it's something that we're gonna have to open that door, and if it doesn't have anything done with it, that's the outcome of it. But we owe the due diligence to our people to at least have an open mind on it. We do have a lot on our plate right now. Some of it has to do with changes in that comp plan that I've been painfully reading through. And there's a lot of two sides in there. It depends on what angle you want to read through it. So it's all work that we have to look at, and I think we need to look at everything. And I'm not a fan of a moratorium just to have a moratorium.
I know that, and you and I have talked about that multiple times. I just feel like we're putting aside something else and opening up another can of worms, and I don't want to open another can right now. I'd rather get through what we got and get into spring and summer and reestablish ourselves and look at it. Because I'm not against it, by any means. I think Eric and I talked a little bit about it yesterday. It's just a matter of, I need to get caught up to where we need to be.
Well, I think what you're getting at is that we gotta consider what the zoning office staff time wants to concentrate on, you know? I mean, I wasn't at the last workshop and you guys discussed variety of ordinances that need to be reviewed and looked at and studied about whether we need to do some changes to those. So we gotta consider Amelia and her staff, what she needs to focus on first. And I don't think the quarter rule is the thing that she needs to be spending her time on when she has these other 54 ordinances that we need to reconsider. You know, there's some of those are minor changes, language changes, or vice versa, whatever, but, and to me, why should we even look into this when that's gonna take a supermajority vote to even pass that new ordinance to allow 2 per quarter? Why have the staff go into all that work and research, and then at the end of the day, we're not gonna do nothing?
That's your opinion.
Well, I don't know what the vote's gonna be, but I mean, you know, right here in our land use plan, it talks about it on page 20, you know, when they're talking about median farm size and average farm size in the county. And the trend has always been going up, but in Houston County, it's going up, the trend lines and everything, but it's actually at a slower level, and I think it's due to the fact that we're more restrictive in our zoning on allowing houses to be peppered throughout the county. And, you know, the county has enacted zoning ordinances that permit for agriculture use by right and has historical limited development of a single-family residence to densities of 1 dwelling unit per 40 quarter section. In past iterations of agriculture zoning districts, the county has also strived to continue to preserve commercial agriculture as a viable permanent land use and a significant economic activity in the county. And if you have more houses peppered throughout the county, it's gonna affect our ag economy and our ag. I mean, that is our office out there, and I'm speaking as a farmer. That is our office. That's where we're doing our work.
And I'm not.
We have houses to deal with next door complaining about dust, smell, you know, noise.
How about the manure?
Let's
That
not
too.
get into a discussion here on it, because that's what we're trying to make a decision on. But again, that's great information. And I'm just gonna throw out, when we had our budget meetings and we went over some of our tax levy stuff, we had a whole group of people come in here that wanted to know how we were gonna reduce, how we were gonna make up, how they can't afford this, that we're running them out of their homes, their farms, et cetera. And then if we had the discussion on the quarter section, that does affect people's taxes, is the more that you have. And again, not getting into the debate of it, but that's another side to be looked at. And is there a way that we can have both preserving our prime farmland, and maybe be able to get a few more residences in there? I don't know. I don't have that answer. That is something that's gonna take a lot of time from Amelia. Do we wanna do that? That's what was on the agenda here today, not a debate.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Do we wanna have the time, spend the time for her to look into that?
Well, last
We're
meeting,
gonna have to eventually have the debate whether
It's
we
our
wanna
job to
even
do
do
it.
this.
It's our job to do it, I feel.
But,
We gotta roll up our sleeves and get busy on it, then we're gonna have to do that.
but the idea of that it's gonna bring in more revenue to the counties to help lower the taxes, I'd never make that promise to people.
That's not a promise, that's just something we need to look into.
Yeah, because more money you raise with tax base, that just means there's gonna be more money to spend.
well,
how it usually works.
maybe our taxes, maybe we could lower the taxes then, if we have the extra money. We wouldn't have to raise the taxes. Let's try to help the people of the Houston County and not stab them in the back.
I think Cindy should be here to give her opinion a little bit. I
do
don't
too.
think this is gonna be a long, lengthy discussion, and
Well, I mean, we got things that'll be wrapped up here April 1st. The rifle thing will be done April 1st. And this Maribel thing's probably gonna go on for 3-4 years. So I mean, if we're gonna wait 3-4 years to start doing this, then we might as well just drop it all together. I mean, I mean, we can't handle more than one project. I don't think we should be sitting here. Because this thing here is a ridiculous comp plan I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
Really, Greg? You voted for it?
Yeah, but I didn't know only 33 people did the survey.
33?
33 people were the only ones that filled out a survey.
I don't think that's, I don't think.
I think that's pretty damn
I don't
correct
think
if you
that's
look at it.
accurate.
Well, let's find out, get some answers.
It's way more than that.
No, it ain't. It wasn't. They only had 200 and some people total.
Well, how many emails did you get this week to talk about how they want to keep it the same?
About the 40, I didn't get nothing on the 2 per 40. I got them on Maribel.
They get no emails on the,
No,
no, you didn't get any.
just the ones Allison had spent out, that she sent out.
Well, it was on the Board of Commissioner emails, but
Yeah.
I think we just need to continue the discussion. When Cindy comes back, we can have the same discussion and continue it from there.
Agree. I think.
All right, moving on. Let's get out of this mess. This is a joke. Let's keep going.
So just real quick, we good to have it on the next agenda the same?
Yep, please.
It's strictly a discussion, there's no action.
Yep, it'll just the same as it is today, so essentially tabling the discussion for when Cindy comes back.
Coordinator updates.
Just a few, we have, the upcoming public hearing for the rifles for deer hunting. Issue, that'll be, March 3rd at 6 PM in the basement of the Justice Center. Again, Allison has the Bluff Country Collaborative Career Fair. That's gonna be March 11th at 9 AM to noon, and, that'll be La Crescent Area Event Center, is that correct?
Do a little quick on that for Allison. Is that for just school kids or everybody, or do you want to throw a plug in on that?
Yeah, that is for everyone. It's open to the general public. All of the high schools in Houston County are part of the Bluff Country Collaborative, and they'll all be coming throughout the morning, but it is open to any job seeker in the general public. So we invite anyone to come, and then all of you commissioners are invited to come as well. I know Commissioner Wright has come in the past, Commissioner Myrie has come in the past. It's a great way to just visit with our businesses, talk to some students, talk to some job seekers. So if you are available, you're welcome to stop by. It's from 9 AM to noon. Thank you.
On the rifle, are we voting that night, or when is the vote gonna be taking place? Cause they're gonna
Not
wanna
that
know.
night.
What's that?
Not that night.
Not that night? When do we wanna do the vote?
We can decide that at our next, or after our public hearing, we can decide that at our next meeting.
You could.
Isn't it? We have
Session.
That'd be a good workshop.
discussion?
Yeah.
Because actually, I think if you look at it, and we can double check with our attorney, if we decide not to do anything, it doesn't even go to a vote.
We can discuss that at the workshop on the, whatever date that is, the
That'd be the 10th of March.
10th of March.
Tenth, yes.
Okay, that's fine with me, just so people ask and we got an answer for them. All right, board updates, I had a meeting last night, but I didn't get contacted till 1 o'clock yesterday, so I didn't get there. And outside of that, I guess there's a board meeting, a planning commission meeting on Thursday night. There's something in there about a petition. I don't know much about it. Any of you people know anything about that?
I have been contacted by the individual. I think that's gonna be presenting that petition and the planning and zoning meeting that evening. I don't really know what the petition is, to be exactly honest. But she is planning on March 3rd also coming to the Board of Commissioners and giving the petition to the Board of Commissioners.
So Amelia, talked a little bit about that yesterday, at our, department head meeting. So would you like to enlighten them a little bit on that, Amelia, or not?
Could you come in up here and fill us in a little bit on who's doing the petition and the reasons and?
Well, I think Brent covered it well. It was coming from
just a group of Houston County citizens that were concerned about the mine amendment that was done last year. And so she does intend to present a petition to you guys as well, but at the same time wanted to reach out to the planning commission. So it was just, it wasn't advertised as a public hearing, so there's no public comment on Thursday at our planning and zoning meeting. But I told her she could present that to them.
Yeah, that petition should come before the Board of Commissioners versus the Planning Commission, because they have no authority on that.
Yeah,
And I did tell her I would be there Thursday night, so if she had the petition, I could get it from her then and get it to the Board of Commissioners, so.
And it's just to note too that they pulled their ordinance amendment off this week, so it's not gonna be dealt with Thursday night.
yes, after the board packets went out, they realized that there was an error in their request, and so they've asked to table it until the March hearings so that they can get that corrected.
Okay.
Cool.
That's all I got. Bob?
I guess we have a personnel meeting after this one.
That'd be after next week.
Oh, next week,
Yep.
perfect.
Yep.
And, I had that meeting yesterday, but I only had 2.5 hour notice, so didn't make that one. My emails have been flooded. Sometimes I think that information gets out there from agendas and stuff on items that, maybe have some people thinking that decisions are already made before it even comes to the board, and I don't know that that's right, but, sure seems like my email's been busy on that, so.
I will agree with you. There's a lot of emails saying you did this, and it's like, we haven't even voted on it yet, so.
It's not,
have-
it's something I read on the agenda that we hadn't even discussed. so
Yeah, I
don't know
sent,
where that's coming from, but,
Sent a few things back that, no, this has not been,
Well, they read it on the agenda, so they know we're gonna be talking about it. So that's why they respond, so.
I got one particular person was very upset with me because of the way I voted for the shotgun and rifle, and I'm like, well, that hasn't even went
That
through.
hasn't happened yet. no.
So, no, we're not doing that. Other than that,
You got
safety coming up in March, so I got nothing else.
good? Eric?
You were done, Bob?
yeah, I'm good.
You,
I'm done.
okay. Well, I was at the department head meeting,
Yesterday.
too, with Kurt and everybody. I think Brent covered that pretty well. Also yesterday, I was on the Root River Watershed One Committee in Preston. And, we're working on our new 10-year plan. They hired Houston Engineering to work through that, and we got through our first chapter, draft review. We reviewed that and approved the draft in draft form only. So the next meeting, there'll be another chapter that we'll be reviewing and going through. Some important, I learned something that I didn't know. In Houston County, we actually do have tribal lands, because that kind of makes us have to go through another hoop. We have to follow in the environmental justice rules. And basically what that is the principle that all people have equal right to healthy air, clean water, and recreational land access. So we have to consider that in our new plan. It's over by Hoka. There's a couple parcels that belong to the Ho Chunk Nation, so. And I verified that with Luke yesterday too. So.
Did do a casino years and years ago.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
understood.
what Luke said.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's something I didn't know. So, and I guess Luke had them get their paperwork so they're official. So, because it was kind of iffy before, now they got it all official, so. That just throws a little caveat in the whole thing. But anyway, that's that's about all. We're working on our new plan there, so when it all gets finalized, we'll be coming forward with that and sharing that with everybody, so.
Cool.
I do got one more thing I kind of forgot about with coordinator reports. We submitted the Maribel transmission resolution and also cover letter to the Public Utilities Commission through their portal. It has not posted yet. Allison did some looking and actually called them and they said they don't have it or don't see it. I got a confirmation that everything went through. We've had some other issues about people making comments and then they don't receive it. So we're working that issue today, and then also we're gonna resubmit it today just because. And then that way we, that they have a second comment or a copy, so I don't necessarily know if they have a system issue or why.
But it's on their end.
It's on their
Yeah,
end.
because we did send it,
Correct.
and so we want people to know
Yeah.
that we did send it forward. It just didn't get posted as a comment, and it's on their end that it's not getting done.
Correct. So, and then the individual that we were speaking to this morning, maybe had some insight or not insight. I don't necessarily know. Allison spoke a little bit to him.
Yeah, I think he just left me a message during this meeting, so I'm not sure what he found, but he did look at the comments that were posted and just noticed, yes, that there's a gap if you look at them in days. And he did think that that was unusual, so he's looking for those comments.
Okay.
You wanna talk about the radio station? March 3rd?
Oh yeah, yep, so there was a request, for, what's the?
KWAL TV
Channel
6.
6.
Yeah.
ABC.
Wanted to speak with the commissioner regarding the transmission line and the board's decision for the resolution. So they will most likely be down here on March 3rd. I did send that individual an email letting him know our next Board of Commission meeting is March 3rd and that he'd have the opportunity to speak with the commissioner at that meeting.
I nominate Greg Myrie, chairman of the board, to talk to the news media.
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not an action.
I
item.
object, how's that? I object. That's why I had the whole board here. And hopefully some people from the community that will come and give us some support. I think that'd be maybe a good way to get on the map here. If it works, might not, might backfire, who knows?
And just also clarify, they won't necessarily be an agenda item, because they just kind of want to talk. So right after the meeting, then we'll
We're
plan
gonna do our
something.
meeting first and then we'll have them last.
Yeah,
Is that all right with you guys?
Well, he'll want it just afterwards.
yeah.
So,
As long as there's a back door.
It'll just be Brent and Greg, not, I don't,
No.
well, because we can't do it as a whole board, so it'll have to be a one-on-one deal, so.
No,
Yeah,
no,
we'll coordinate something, so.
You'll be here.
We're a tie, Greg.
it will not be Kurt Zender.
All right, let's keep moving on. Everybody's done with their reports. Any closing public comment? There we go.
Mark Klinsky, Union Township. I am part of the Houston County Township Officers Association. With the quarter rule, I think you guys are all capable of discussing more than 4 items at one time also, so hopefully that works. The Township Association is going to have our annual meeting in April 6, 7 we're looking for. Nothing definite yet. We gotta find out when the room is available. And
April what?
April 6 or 7. This is right after Easter. Easter is like the 5th.
Yep.
So it would be Monday or Tuesday is what we're tentatively shooting for right now. We will let you know.
Okay.
When we definitely got a schedule
Have
there.
a little more notice.
Yeah, hopefully, yes. And then I think the townships at their annual meetings hopefully we'll take like a straw poll or something on this item. Hopefully all the townships, I think we're gonna get a hold of them and
That's your annual township meeting?
March.
the March 10, I think it is, annual township meeting, yes. Hopefully we can get like a straw poll on this.
Mark, the 6th or 7th is your
Houston County the Township Association
association meeting, that's all
annual
of them
meeting.
together.
That, yes, that's
Used to be referred to as the weed meeting,
weed meeting, yes.
but now we just call it the workshop
How
meeting.
about the one in,
It's a weedless.
what's the one in
Weedless
March?
meeting, there you go.
What's the one in March? The date?
March is, I think it's the
That's the-
10th,
that's
the township annual meetings,
Yeah, each township has their annual meeting in March.
elections,
And elections.
Yeah, that's their Township Tuesday, right?
yes, yes, it is.
This is the Houston County Township meeting.
And Polly's office will be
In
busy
April, yeah.
that day handling
Yes.
all that.
Weedless meeting.
Yep,
Just want to make sure we're on the same sheet of music here.
hopefully that'll work.
All right.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Any more public comment? Okay, we did all the reminders. Somebody want to make a
Motion to adjourn.
Done. Second?
I'll second it.
Motion been made, seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. What
Opposed?
took you so long?
Thank you all for coming.